Welcome back. After the recent earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand, many Vancouverites are wondering if they're ready for the big one. To see what it takes to be prepared, reporter Alwena Shirley spoke with an emergency preparedness expert at BCIT.
After a series of major earthquakes in other parts of the world, Metro Vancouverites are evaluating their own level of preparedness for an earthquake in their area. These recent events bring to light the amount of devastation one could expect.
Apart from the buildings, not all of them will come down. It will be fairly random. There will be pipes will burst, there will be power outages, the bridge may be down, roads will be up, pavements. If you've seen pictures of Christchurch and the New Zealand earthquake recently, you'll see exactly what happened there could happen here too. In the event of a disaster, people will gravitate to where there is help. They will probably gravitate towards here because they see our depots and things for help. You never turn anyone away. This is my grab and go kit. As I said, I'm a little over the top here. You put in your grab and go kit what is essential to you.
BCIT definitely seems ahead of the game when it comes to earthquake preparedness. With a number of emergency response plans, it is a very safe place to be when disaster strikes. But what about individuals? Are people personally prepared for when disaster strikes?
I would go look around, see if people need help, and yeah.
No, I'll probably stand right there where nothing could hit me.
If I was out here, I'd just go into an open area or maybe go to one of the emergency response things.
I guess it's survival of the fittest.
I guess go to Tim Hortons.
Many people prefer not to think about the disaster that's due, but perhaps the earthquakes in other places will serve as a reality check for those who aren't really sure what to expect. Alwena Shirley in Burnaby for BCIT Magazine.
Alwena Shirley now joins us with more on this story. Alwena, it seems like a lot of people at BCIT aren't really sure what to do when an earthquake hits. What are some things students on campus should keep in mind when dealing with a shake?
So in the event of an earthquake, what you want to do first is take cover under a desk. It's good to have supplies on you because you might be there for quite a while. Definitely stay away from windows or mirrors because that could shatter, and you definitely don't want to be stepping on that in an earthquake. And if you're able to get outside, definitely try to get to one of these emergency response stations where you can get extra help.
So it sounds like it's really important to have an emergency kit. What are some things people should keep on hand?
So you want to have a few personal items on hand, and you also want to have a first aid kit, of course. Teresa Sharp actually gave me a few useful items that I'm going to add to my emergency kit. We've got a whistle. If you find yourself trapped, it's very useful to have because then you can blow the whistle and people will be able to find you. And we have a glow stick, very handy if it's dark. And we also have a sign that you can put in your car or home window to let people know if you're okay or if you need extra help.
Thanks, Alwena. You know, Ellie, one other way that people can prepare for an earthquake is by keeping extra non-perishable food items on hand at home.
But as you found out, not everyone has that luxury. Earlier this week, my co-anchor was at the 9th annual Construction Vancouver event and discovered some innovative ways the food bank is raising awareness about hunger.
These are not just cans of tuna, they're art at the Food Bank's Construction Vancouver installation. And everyone seems to have a favorite, like this giant penny.
It's absolutely an amazing structure. We're seeing the front, which has our maple leaf, and on the back you'll see the Queen's head.
This year's exhibition includes more than 100,000 cans of food, and eventually they will all find their way to needy families. The Greater Vancouver Food Bank serves more than 25,000 people every week, and about 40% of them are children. People are having a lot of fun at Canada Place today, but it's important to remember why. To make sure these shelves at the Greater Vancouver Food Bank warehouse stay full year-round.
We're always at the forefront of people's minds during the holidays, and you know, when everybody's into family and giving and being generous and supportive, and that's fabulous, and it's a great time of year for us to be front and center. But the reality is that people get hungry throughout the year.
And this is one way of different communities finding a creative way to give.
The exhibition at Canada Place will run until March the 6th. Then it will be broken down and brought here to be distributed by Greater Vancouver Food Bank volunteers. Ben Miljure in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. A high school rugby team is doing more than just hitting the field. The McRoberts senior team is taking aim at gang violence by discouraging young people from getting involved in criminal activity. Daniel Rojic has the story.
The senior rugby team at Hugh McRoberts Secondary School in Richmond used their field for practice and home games. But the spotlights and field were also used as a production stage for a film they entered into a CBC competition to battle gang involvement. A quick search online found the video has already generated over 5,000 views. The video's message is simple: join teams, not gangs.
You've done things that you regret, but yesterday doesn't matter now. Today, you're not alone. You're never alone.
Join a team, not a gang.
Although the entire team contributed to the video, a small group of players came up with the video's idea. Sham Ghosh explains what he hopes the video will help do.
To prevent from being involved from the get-go in gangs, and rather joining teams which will give them pride, support, teach them how to be committed, and most of all, gets them out of the gang life.
Liam Slade also helped realize the video's theme.
Most of the mottos that you find in a team can also be found in a gang, and that's something we really wanted to hit on when we were trying to produce our movie, and that's why we also thought that this idea, this Teens Against Gang Violence video, would be such a great idea.
The team could win $1,000 if their video is chosen and would buy new team jerseys for the school's rugby program. But the unity of the rugby squad at McRoberts will hopefully do its part in swaying others from gang inclusion.
The rugby team at McRoberts Secondary hopes that their message is heard loud and clear by fellow students, that they hope others choose teams over gangs. Daniel Rojic in Richmond for BCIT Magazine.
Hi, I'm Peter Verge with your community calendar. The Vancouver International Salsa Festival is back again from March 3rd through the 7th. This year, the festival includes a beginner boot camp where aspiring dancers can take lessons from professionals, as well as events and lessons for people of all different levels. Cirque du Soleil is back in Vancouver for the Quidam show from March 9th through the 13th. The international cast of Quidam features 52 world-class acrobats, singers, and a variety of always interesting characters. Celebrate the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day on Saturday, March 5th. The event features a parade along Commercial Drive, an indoor festival at the Wise Hall, including a lot of entertainment for children, plenty of refreshments, and lots of fun. That was your community calendar. I'm Peter Verge.
Coming up on BCIT Magazine, Chandler Grieve takes us back to the Golden Goal.
And my co-anchor gives us an inside look into the chocolatey world of Purdy's. Stay with us.